Hello again, everybody. It's Scott Casper, Takedown Media. Tony Hager along the way as well. The Nike hot seat today, populated by, well, the first guy ever signed by Nike. He joins us now, does the 18-year-old phenom from California, Aaron Pico, a new junior world team member as well. Aaron, congratulations on the victory in Madison.
Thank you. Thanks. It was a great tournament.
Let's talk a little bit about the tournament itself before we can plan ahead and talk about where you are and where you're going. It was the Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. They're in full force, and you had an opportunity to face one of the best in the country, Zane Rutherford. It was a tight battle, a lot tighter than most would have thought, but you guys do wrestle each other rather well. 6'2", 5'2", and of course, in that you wrapped up the 66-kilo crown. 145 and a half for you folks here in America, and you really had a great time. I mean, you look like you're having fun.
Yeah, I had a great time. Yeah, Zane and I wrestled 6 times, so we finally fell each other out and have done, you know, U.S. Open last year, U.S. Open this year's trials, last year's trials. So it's been crazy. We've wrestled each other in every finals, but I had a great time. I wrestled him, like I said, I wrestled him 6 times. I've felt him. I know what he's gonna do. I knew everything possible he can throw at me. I knew he couldn't do anything to stop me. I know I can get to my offense and score when I have to score. That's what I did. Just have to win those 2 matches and then off to Worlds. So it just feels good to get the obviously win the trials and then just focus on Worlds. So it's a big relief, and now I'm focused on Worlds, and it's going to be fun.
Scott mentioned that you look like you were having fun, and where your coaches decided to get you down at the junior level. Did you feel less pressure, and that's why you had made it look like you were having more fun wrestling the juniors this year?
No, I mean, Coach, at the end or was talking about it, me going juniors. So for me, mentally, I was ready to go seniors. I was ready to, that's what I've been focused on mentally is to go seniors. So for sure, I mean, there's like a little bit more. I mean, there's, obviously senior level is a bigger jump, but like no matter what, I said, if I go seniors, just like I said, I'm gonna go out there have fun. I've trained well. I've done everything I've had to do, so it's I just lay it out on the mat. So when he said to go juniors, I still took the same mentality as I did seniors. Zane and those junior guys are not easy guys. I wasn't gonna just go in there and walk through guys. Like in the sport of wrestling, it's anything can happen. So my mentality is always the same, no matter if I'm wrestling cadets, juniors, seniors. The pressure's still on, no matter what.
There's some other a big star too at the junior level, Mark Hall. I was curious, do you have an opportunity to wrestle with him? I mean, this is another young phenom. Have you an opportunity to go at it with him?
For sure. I mean, we've been in the wrestling room. We've drilled together. I was actually I spent a few weeks with him in the summer in Italy for the senior world training camp. Then we went over to Uzbekistan. But yeah, Mark's a great guy. He's helped me out a lot. We wrestled in the wrestling room and drilled, and yeah, he's funky, he's slick, get to your legs, and it's great working with Mark. And we're gonna work this summer. He's actually gonna be at the OTC and obviously at Junior World Team Camp. So look forward to working with him and getting each other ready to win Junior World titles.
What's the schedule for the training? I saw, I was a witness to the meeting that Brandon Slay had the first time you gathered as a team. What was, first of all, what words of wisdom did he have for you, and what kind of instructions has Team USA extended to you guys?
For this month, it's a junior and senior training camp mixed together on the July or June 27th through July 2nd. So I don't know what they have. I think Coach Bruce and Coach Slay are gonna push whatever they think. I don't know what the exact thing is, but then in August August, it's the junior training camp for like a week. But when Coach Slay brought the team together, he just said it was funny. He just said, last year at Junior Worlds we were 1 point away from beating Iran. And he said, I'm tired of hearing, the Iranian national anthem, it needs to be, the Star Spangled Banner. So he's like, this team is capable of doing it. But we still train. I know it's the summer after trials. Don't go out and just, I'm going to take, 2-3 weeks off. Those training starts now. In order to beat Iran, it's going to take a lot. So, like you said, stay focused. Last year we were 1 point away from, winning the world title. And this year I think we have a great shot of winning it. We said that last year, but this year it's going to be good. We got a tough team. If everybody does their job, stays professional, doesn't, in summer, let it get out of hand, stay focused, and let's go win world titles.
We're talking with Aaron Pico, one of the best in the country, sponsored by Nike. He happens to be in the Nike hot seat, and we're talking a little bit about the Junior World team that he has made, and it was done in Madison, Wisconsin. What did you think of the tournament itself, the venue? The crowd seemed to be in attendance. There's a lot of people there that knew all about you and wrestling.
It was great. Everything ran smoothly. Everything went as planned. I don't have anything bad to say about it. But everything was great. When I wrestled, it was great. The atmosphere was good. I heard a lot of people saying, "Let's go, Aaron." So that was real motivating, especially to be on the East Coast. So a lot of people supported me. And then as a fan, watching it watching the seniors, it was great. The atmosphere was awesome. The lighting, everything was great. So it was good to be a spectator there as well.
Yeah, and that was actually where I was going next. There were some interesting bouts and some interesting finishes. Let's talk about Jake Herbert first, coming back at his age and doing as well as he did. Was he inspirational for you?
Absolutely. I mean, I spent 2 weeks with Jake in Russia. We were rooming together, and he was just talking about his plans and this training methods that he was doing. And every time I get around Jake, I always ask him questions. I always ask him, like, what do you think I should do from here? And what do you recommend? And he's always been nothing but inspiration to me, always supporting me. But to watch him come back and do what he did is just awesome. From nationals to now, it's been a huge gap, and he just seems like he's improving. He's a great guy, and it was awesome to see him win, for sure.
So we saw the battles that unfolded between Dake and Taylor and Burroughs, and it just seemed to be that Burroughs was on track again. When he gets hot, I mean, he's on a roll.
Absolutely.
Let's talk a bit about the women. Yeah. Helen Marilla, in particular, I think, had a tremendous weekend, solidifying her spot. You are a student of men's and women's wrestling, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because Victoria, Anthony, Elena, and Helen all train with me. So we're always looking at different film on different women around the world. So I'm starting to know who the top women are in the world, and as well, obviously the men's too.
Aaron Pico, they're calling in for you even as we speak. I want to talk to you a little bit about the Valencia brothers in particular. One of your teammates, Zaid Valencia, picked up the 84-kilo crown with a big decision over Chandler Rogers of the Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. And I know that Zaid may be with Sunkist Kids, but he's still one of those California kids, and you've known him for a good while.
Yeah, I've known Zaid since the Valencias since I started wrestling at 4 or 5 years old. They live like literally right down the street from me. The other city, Pico Rivera, is like right next to me. But yeah, they're a group of guys, and they've gotten bigger and they're doing great things. I mean, Zaid went out there and teched his way through the juniors, and Anthony, fell a little bit short, but I have full faith in him. He's going to come back stronger. He always does. Every time he comes back from a loss, he's always coming back and doing something big. So, they're going to Arizona State, with Zeke and Pendleton and all them over there. So they're going to do great things in college. And on the international level, they've always learned to adapt to different things, and they're going to do great things. So to be on the Junior World team with Zaid, like I said, it's going to be fun in the summer, just working out together. Even though he's big, we always mess around and, or like live wrestling with each other, just, playing different games in the wrestling room. So he's a great guy, and I look forward to this summer with him.
So you had the opportunity. You said you were in the stands watching the seniors, and kind of an outsider looking in. Do you feel like this is a team that can compete, on the world level for a title?
On the senior level?
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, if everybody does their job and wrestles 5, 6 matches hard, um, yeah, absolutely. I think anything is possible. They've got the right coaching staff. Everybody's at a right RTC. So, and they seem hungry. Everybody seems hungry from top to bottom. So it's gonna be awesome.
This is a group of guys that have all different type of personalities. Scott brings out some of the best of them when he's on the stage, and
Yeah.
seems like we've got some villains and we've got some people that we're rooting for. People were rooting against Jordan Burroughs, and I've never experienced that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the villain is not portrayed in the wrestling world the way it should be?
Yeah, I mean it's all great for the sport. This is what wrestling and every sport has. I mean they've always got the bad guy, the good guy. It's what makes it exciting because going back, let's use Tony Ramos for example. No matter what, if you like him, you're gonna watch him. If you don't like him, you're gonna watch him, and it's just great for the sport. It brings excitement. It brings and it motivates people. You know what? I'm going to work harder. I'm going to beat this guy. And it just brings everything. And in Burroughs, of course, everybody, there's going to be people that are going to be rooting against him. He's the best. And it seems like when you're the best, no matter what, you can do everything right. You can be the nice guy, and people are still going to find a way to, want to watch you lose. But Burroughs is a great athlete. You could just tell he's a professional guy. He does what he, has to do. And this is his spot. And, after 2016, then somebody else will get it. But then from now on, nobody in America will beat him, and in the world. I think he's the best in the world right now, obviously, and he's great. He's great to watch. I always get so nervous watching Burroughs wrestle because, like you said, there's a lot of people I want him to lose, and I don't know. I like watching him wrestle, so I get nervous. Sometimes I get more nervous watching him than I do wrestling myself. So he's a great guy to watch wrestle, and outside the wrestling room, he's the definition of a true champion. No matter what, you could ask him any questions, and he's always open. He'll sit there and break down technique with you. So very fortunate that we have guys on the team like that are willing to do that because it just brings everybody together and helps us grow as a team. And at the end of the day, we're all one family here in America. And obviously, when the trials come, we're against each other. But after the trials, we need to stick together and help each other out as much as possible to put USA back on top.
And we talk about villains, and I haven't talked to you since Agon 5, the event in Iowa that you came to, and some words were said after the match.
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't get to hear them. You guys both know what you said to each other, and I don't think Aaron Pico's ever been a villain, but in Brett Metcalf's home state, some people maybe had some choice words for you. Looking back at that match, how do you feel about what happened after the match?
I mean, for me, I felt good. I mean, as soon as he started saying words like that after the match, I mean, that makes me feel good. I mean, that means that I was in his head. But other than me, I was good. I like hearing the crowd say you suck or saying this, everything you hear. I think it's great, especially the profession that I'm going to be in and fighting and stuff. You better get used to it. So for me, it was great to just be there. The atmosphere was awesome. The Iowa people were good, even though you had people saying, bad things after the match. I had so many people coming up to me saying, congrats, and no, don't let this, get to you. We enjoyed having you here and everything like that. But from his perspective, from his part, for me, I mean, I wouldn't do that after a match. It's kind of set a good example, for the kids, during the match, you get heated and you say different things that it's the heat of battle, but after the match, shake the other guy's hand and, I don't know. Like I said, keep it professional, but hey,
you did you handled yourself as best you could, and you walked off the mat. And there's been talks of another event like this coming back to Iowa. If someone gives you a phone call, do you think you'd come back to the state of Iowa?
I mean, I would definitely come back to the state of Iowa. I mean, it was great. It was the best event that that I wrestled at. It was awesome. Even though the crowd was Iowa and I was wrestling an Iowa guy, I felt I felt at home as soon as I walked in there. As soon as I walked to the mat, I heard a couple, this is what you came for. This now it's you're gonna see how Iowa style wrestles, and it was honestly I felt at peace. I felt at home. It was like the weirdest thing. Like I was telling my brother, even though I lost, I had so much fun just being there and wrestling. Why not go back to Iowa? I would love it.
Aaron Pico has been our guest in the Nike Hot Seat today. Aaron will give you an opportunity here to surely thank those that have been supporting you, and I think you probably start with Nike.
Yeah, Nike, they're doing a great job with me. I'm loving the new shoes. The Nike Freaks are working well for me. So everybody there is doing a great job. Shane, Eddie, all the guys back there are awesome to me. They give everything I need, and I love representing Nike, wearing Nike shoes. So it's awesome. I can't wait to go win a world title wearing my Nike Freaks.
And of course, we're a little partial to Grant Turner, but nonetheless, you nailed the important ones. So, Aaron, congratulations on the Junior World Team. Brazil is calling August 10th through the 14th. We're looking forward to seeing the results. Heck, we may surprise you and travel with you. We don't know. The Nike jet stops here in Iowa too.
Yeah, you guys better get the visa. I have a couple. The guy at Calvary Chapel, Jay Carmen, he's actually in Brazil or Argentina right now. He's trying to get to Brazil. The visa, I guess it's hard to get there. So if you're gonna go, you better get on your visa early.
Yeah, buddy. Aaron, thank you very much for the time today. We appreciate it again. Congratulations on an outstanding job in Madison, Wisconsin at the Junior World Team Trials and your championship. Nice job.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. Thank you, Tony.